You guys chiming in. Much love and respect. Do me the favor, please like, share the page. Thank you. Over there on YouTube, let's go over there and push the subscribe button, man. Yeah, we're moving up a little bit, just a little bit, man. They say small crawls is good. You know what I mean? Nothing ever going to happen overnight. But I really appreciate you guys rocking out with me. Do me the favor, press 1 in the chat so that I know that you guys can hear me. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. What's good with you? To the good energy people. I mean, there's a lot going on in the world today, as usual. And these days, man, the snow have brought a lot of energy, which sometimes is a little negative. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, people fighting for parking spots today. You know what I mean? And this is nothing new. This is not just today. It's been happening for a long time. It's nothing new. Trust and believe that. It has been going on for a minute. Yeah, it definitely been going on for a good minute. Nothing new at all. What's good with you? Yeah, so I know you guys seen a few videos of people fighting. They're leaving chairs. They're leaving all types of stuff after they shovel out their parking spot. It's really hard to find parking spots in, New Jersey, period. You know what I mean? And probably anywhere, it snowed. But a lot of places, a lot of towns have a lot of parking driveways and stuff like that. People only own homes and all that. Even if you live in a complex in different parts of the world or different parts of Jersey, you do have a parking spot at least for 1 or 2 cars. But lately in the urban communities, man, there's been a lot of chaotic situations, a lot of anger going on, a lot of frustration going on. People can't get to work. People can't get to the store like they usually because their cars are blocked in. They don't want to move their car because they don't want to lose their parking spot. And it's understandable. You know what I mean? Sometimes people have 2, 3, 4 cars to a house and they don't want to lose that spot, man. Especially if you go to work and come home and lo and behold, the spot you digged out, worked hard for, sweat, you know what I mean? Some people don't even work out or nothing like that, and they went to actually shovel their parking spot out. It's like a workout. They sold for 2, 3 days. Back hurting, the whole 9 yards. And yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into it. A lot of work goes into it. And that's real. So I don't think they just fighting for the parking spot. It's also for respect, It's a respect as well. No lie. I want to show you a little something real quick, just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Some of you definitely know. It's nothing new that you don't know. But I want to show you this real quick. Let me just change that, replace it with this. Wow. Yeah. This is just to give you a synopsis of what some people go through, man. No joke. No joke. Okay, let's play this.
It's not an easy job, is it?
No, but I grew up in Wisconsin, so we're used to it.
Yeah, it's hard work. I'm sure my Apple Watch is showing that I'm doing a workout right now.
It was getting hard and stuff like that, and it's a pain in the.
Yeah.
People in your situation when you're done and they pull out, they'll put a chair,
Yeah.
a bucket to save the spot. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I have mixed feelings. Working this hard, I definitely understand not wanting someone else to come into your spot.
It is a public street, right? But I feel like, for you to clean up the snow, that was ice too though. So for you to clean up the ice and stuff like that, I feel like people shouldn't come take your parking spot, you feel me?
Yeah, a lot of people feel like that, man. Because first of all, it's a lot of work. Like I said in the beginning, it's a lot of work. we're not just talking about this fresh snow. We're not talking about the fresh snow that just came down. We're talking about snow that some people didn't go out that very day that it snowed. They went out much later or the next day. And by then, the snow is hard. And we're talking chopping the snow first before you even can dig it out. You know what I mean? And the snow is real heavy, man. It's no joke. So it is a lot of work. So again, I don't think people just fighting for or arguing over the spot itself. They are debating and arguing over the fact that they shoveled it out. So some people are built within this type of respect, a natural respect that you should have, because in their mind they would do the same thing. And now we're talking about people on the same block. We're talking about people that see each other every single day. It's not like they don't know these people. It's not like they don't know these cars. They see them on their block, been living on the block for years. So my thing is, if you know that this person right down the street or right across the street from you shoveled out this spot, should you respect them to the point where you don't take the spot because they got the little cones out there, they got the little chair out there? Should you take that and say, hell with that, knock it over? Or should you say, you know what, I'm going to leave a note on my window. I'm going to park here. I'm going to move it out the way. I might even put the cone in my car. I'm going to park here. But should I put a note in the car and say, yeah, I know you live right across the street, man. What's good? This is such and such and such. Give me a call when you get back, and I'll come down, I'll move the car, and I'll find me another spot, man. I just need to get in here real quick, so I can do what I got to do. But if you're back, just hit me with a phone call, and I'll come move the car. Would that be a good thing? Or would it just be, man, F that? Mind you know each other. All right? What's your take on it? Put it on the comment board.
It's up to the people. We'll probably take our car out and trust the neighborly intentions of our community here, not to take it over while we're gone. So I think we have a good community here on Webster Street, and I imagine if we're out for a couple hours, the spot will be waiting for us when we get back.
Me personally, I cleaned that parking spot over there, so for my father. So I was like, yeah, I had to put a chair, a little cone right there, so no.
Now, here it is, this man doing it for his dad. Dad might be handicapped, have some type of disability or something. So, rightfully so, if he sees someone that actually take his parking spot and they know him, yeah, that's kind of like, and his dad is handicapped or whatever the case may be. I think you got to have some type of heart to not do that, because it gets ugly. So now this guy's coming with a whole other energy. It's not just his parking spot. He said he's doing it for his dad. You know what I mean? So just imagine the many people that may have situations like that. And that brings a whole nother perspective to the situation if you take the parking spot. So he not coming at you now with just, coming at you of himself. Now he's coming at you with the love of his dad. A whole nother energy.
Everybody could take his parking spot, so when he come back from work, he'd be good.
Luckily on our block, everyone pretty much has their designated parking spots. So I have seen it a little bit up the street a little bit, but for the most part, I think everybody's pretty respectful of if you're digging out a spot especially if you live on this block, to, park in your own spot.
Okay.
It's not an easy job, is it?
Yeah, it's a real rough situation, man. What's your perspective on this? And I've seen another situation where a young lady, she shoveled out a spot. She came back and the spot was gone. A neighbor of hers was in the spot. So what she decided was, I guess they don't like each other from jump, because the lady actually had people shovel the snow from another location so she can get in there, because this lady was in her spot. So she shoveled a whole bunch of snow all over and put the snow all over the other girl's car who took her spot. And she felt satisfied about that, rightfully so, because the lady know that was her spot. You know what I mean? You're a neighbor, so you seen her park there. You seen her. I mean, you seen her dig that out. You know what I mean? So when I say she put it all over her car, she put it all over on the top, on the sides, everywhere. So she had about 4 or 5 people out there trying to get her snow off her car, while the lady who did it to her, because took her spot, she was in the doorway laughing. So they arguing back and forth. She even had the police out there helping her dig her car out. They was arguing back and forth over that. You know what I mean? So there's gonna be tension in that community amongst them for a long time, just on that particular situation. Just on that particular situation, they're gonna have a lot of tension. They're gonna have arguments and debates and petty stuff. You know what I mean? To the point where it gets even worse sometimes. It gets even worse. Yeah. How worse can it get? It can get worse to the point where a person actually want to go to blows. We have seen them videos as well where they rolling and tussling on the ground over a parking spot. Family, wife, husband, girlfriend, whatever the case may be, banging out on the street over a parking spot. That's how bad it can get. You know what I mean? Also, to the point where not just blows, but attempted murder. Just on that. Yeah. It gets that bad. Here's another situation. Check this out. Please like and share the page.
Now on the
Thanks.
investigation into a violent attack in Newcastle County, Delaware. Police say this all started as a disagreement over snow in a parking spot. Action News reporter Elizabeth Worthington now joins us live from Minquadale with the full story, and it's a bit disturbing here.
Yeah, it really is, Shari. This was a violent attack. Police say in Newcastle County that the suspect forced his way into the neighbor's home, assaulted him and another neighbor.
Wow. Peace and blessings. What's your name? Dacia? Dacia, what's good with you? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Dacia says, I live in Boston. And he's exactly right. And like you said, it's about respect. It questions a person's integrity. Indeed, that's a fact. That's a fact. Oh yeah, definitely a fact. But yeah. Also, Dacia said, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly, Dacia or Dacia. Even if I don't know you, I would take it because I'd be pissed if someone took my spot. Yeah. Yeah, that it's definitely about respect more than anything. You know what I mean? Because a person that will go at you hard like that is a person who actually has that type of energy or respect within them to even come at you like that. Do you understand? So if they come at you like that, that's something that they would not do to you out of respect. But some people don't really have that. And then you got to look on the other side too. As you know, like it's a free parking. This is free parking zone over here. There's a free parking everywhere. And some people look at it like, look, how long do you expect to hold this spot because there's snow on the ground? This is not a paid parking spot of yours. It's not a handicapped parking spot of yours. Okay, we get it. You bust your behind digging it out. So you mean to tell me every time I come home, and I used to park in this area myself. So now the snow going down a little bit, is a little, no availability for parking that much because of the snow mountains in between cars. So you mean to tell me you think that you're gonna take this parking spot for the week or for the month because there's still small snow mountains out here? I don't think that's gonna work. Oh hell no. Just because you pulled it and you dumped all the snow out of there, the snow is almost gone now. What about when the snow is almost gone and there's like a little pocket where you just pull in because there's a little mountain here, a little mountain over here, but there's no snow too much in that area no more. You don't expect the people to respect you to take that spot until there's no more snow on the ground, do you? I don't think that truly makes any sense. You know what I mean? So I don't think so. Yeah. All right. Thank you. I appreciate you for tuning in. People's from Boston, much love. Thank you for tuning in. You can do me a favor and like and share the page. I appreciate it. Yeah. So let's continue with this particular story. This story gets a little bit drastic. Over respect. Remember, it's not just the parking spot. It's not just snow. It's not just digging it out, the hard work and all that. Most importantly, respect.
To the point where one of the victims actually lost consciousness, and then police say when they tried to arrest the suspect, he broke into an adjoining townhome where he hid out for hours. A neighbor recorded this video as SWAT officers led 33-year-old Ross Lloyd out of his home in the Concord Trace Townhouses community in Bear after an 8-hour standoff.
They had SWAT here and everything here last night.
Neighbors, some of whom had to evacuate their homes during the barricade on Thursday, were stunned to learn all of this stemmed from a shoveling dispute.
I'm like, that's it? Like, all this for this?
A doorbell camera captured audio of the fight on Wednesday between a man and a woman who police say is the suspect Ross Lloyd's mother-in-law. It's hard to make out what they're saying, but you can tell it's a heated argument. Newcastle County Police say the male resident allows the woman to use his assigned parking spot, and she said that he was shoveling snow into that spot.
He believed that the dispute was over. Later in the morning, he found that evidently it wasn't.
Police say Lloyd forced his way into the man's home and assaulted him and another neighbor who was there and threatened them with a gun on Wednesday. Officers responded to the scene but could not locate Lloyd. They returned Thursday with a warrant and entered into a standoff. They eventually discovered Lloyd had breached the townhome next door through the attic drywall.
Wow.
Police say they see disputes over shoveling and parking every so often,
but not to this level of assault to where the victim is knocked unconscious and the threat of a firearm occurs.
The weather and plus the snow, it just got everybody frustrated. You know, people like can't get to work and stuff.
I feel like if it takes that much anger to you want to punch somebody and fight somebody, maybe you shouldn't be outside. Maybe you need to hire somebody. I honestly don't think it was that deep and it needed to be that escalated.
Now, Lloyd is not only facing charges for that initial assault, but also now resisting arrest and criminal mischief for the standoff the next day. We're live in Minquadale. Elizabeth Worthington for Action News at 10 on PHL 17.
Yeah, man, that's deep, man. It's like, again, this man runs up in the person's house with a pum. That's how deep respect or being disrespected can go. Yeah. Don't crash out over nothing like that. Take a deep breath first, man, before you crash out and lose it all. All because you feel like someone disrespected you. And I understand that with men, it can get there like that. You know what I mean? It definitely can get there like that because men, pride themselves off of respect. Real talk. So be careful out there when it comes to the snow and taking people parking spots. Even if you knew that person dug it out, try to be level-headed and see where that person is coming from, especially if you see that he's overly angry. That's when you know you have to might take it down because he did dig it out. You know what I mean? On top of you not knowing what that person going through, on top of you not knowing if that person had a bad day, what they had a bad month, a bad year, somebody passed away in their family that day or that 2 days before, a week before, losing a loved one. So you got to really consider all of that when you try to debate or go back and forth with someone who shoveled out a parking spot. Because it's not just the parking spot, it's respect and all that other stuff that person's going through. Oh, yeah. It can be just a kind word, a kind gesture, kind gesture. Look, my apology, man. I didn't realize, you dug it out. Even if you're lying, you see how mad he is? You know what, bro? You're right. My bad. I'm gonna move the car, man. I'm going to give me another spot down the street. I appreciate you, brother. Much love and respect. You got that. Because some things you don't even have to argue about, because it's sometimes it's an unwritten rule, you know what I mean, when it comes to respect. Just an unwritten rule that's normally, naturally there. You know what I mean? Give me 1 minute, y'all. This light went off for some reason. 1 minute. Make it a few minutes. Definitely an unwritten rule. You know what I mean? Unwritten rule that, respect basically goes a long way. And I get it, you don't know the person, man, hell with them. You in some another town or whatever, and you need to park there for a minute. You don't know the person, you don't know who dug it out. It's just a space there. Of course, you're gonna grab that. Yeah, you're gonna grab that. You know what I mean? No love lost. You're not gonna stay there all night anyway. You went in to take care of some business in the office or something, and the spot is there, you grabbed it. A cone there, you knock the cone out of the way, keep it moving. You don't know that person. Get that. But in your neighborhood where you live, where you know these faces, where you see these faces all the time on your block, and you actually look out the window and looking at this guy or this young lady shoveling this spot out, I think a little more respect got to come in with that. You know what I mean? Yeah, a little more respect, especially if y'all don't like each other. You know what I mean? You got neighbors you might not like or whatever. You know what I mean? Some people don't have those issues where they get along with their neighbors, to where they work things out all the time. Some people don't have that problem, but there are people who got that problem. You know what I mean? Yeah. So be respectful. Yeah. Deja said, the Shay says everybody has choices, and you gotta pick and choose your battles. Yeah, that was kind of nuts. Real talk. I mean, to run up in the house with your bling bling, with your blocker. Come on, man. So that's why I say there's a lot more things going on. It wasn't about just the snow, the parking spot. It was definitely about the disrespect. And one tired of being disrespected. You don't know what he's gone through. You don't know how much disrespect he has been taken. You know what I mean? So be mindful. Real talk. It can turn real ugly. Quick. A lot of people don't have nothing to lose. You got to think about it. Are you willing to lose or crash out on things like that? A parking spot in snow. Are you willing to crash out and lose it all because of that little thing right there, where you can walk away and live to see another day? You know what I mean? Or walk away and not be worried about taking off work because your knuckles hurt, your jaw broke, your leg broke, your stab. Somebody pulled out a machete. You know what I mean? Is it all worth it? Much love and respect. I appreciate you. I'll be back with something else real quick. I got a few that I'm going to be dealing with today. So I'll be back soon. Please like the page. Put your comment on the comment board. Let me know what you feel about it. Let me know your perspective on this topic. You know what I mean? You might can shed some light on it in another different way. All right? Much love and respect. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace and blessings. Stay blessed. Keep doing your thing. Be careful out there in these streets. It's crazy. Real talk.